What is going on, everyone? It's Nick from Breaking the Clutch. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. And let's just jump right into this cheese gameplay. So, I was playing with Strasser Platts a couple days ago, and well, I didn't get it. Strats got a very cheesy Brute Rush going, and it was able, we'll see how this Brute Rush plays out. But it's super cheese, and if you guys have ever Brute Rush before or done something along these lines, let me know down below. This is the first time, like, I've never been Brute Rush in a game. And one thing that I want to point out is that they are, it is preventable. The Brute Rush is preventable. If you get a good scout out and you trap their brutes pretty quickly, like somewhere in the center of the map, then you can take out the brutes and you can avoid this whole mess that ends up coming up with brutes. Because once they get to your base, um, yeah, they're almost impossible to stop once they get to your base. So you have to catch them in the transition. It's the same thing with locusts. You don't want to catch locusts at someone's own base because they can use the base to maneuver and they can shoot through the base. And the same thing goes for you don't want to catch them at your side of the base because they will rinse it within just a few seconds. So there are a few instances in Halo Wars 2 where you've really got to get the scout going immediately. This isn't like I guess the comparison for Halo Wars 1, and I try to make these comparisons so for some of you older vets who are maybe just getting into this game can compare something to. If you look at Halo Wars 1 and the Suicide Grunt Rush, that's kind of what you're dealing with here. If or maybe even the Triple Mag Blast Rush if people were feeling that ballsy. But these are the things you have to scout on. Like back in Halo Wars 1, if you saw someone was going reactor first on their cutter base and they were like scouting around to pick up supplies, it meant that your base was about to be demolished by triple Mac Blast. So you have to make sure that it's the same thing goes. You got to get these early scouts going, and you really got to figure out what the enemy's doing because it is preventable if you scout properly. So with the Brute Rush, I suggest if you catch them somewhere around the middle of the map, then there is no problem with it. You'll be able to I mean, look, if you catch brutes in the middle of the map, they can't attack anything that moves. Uh, like they can't attack anything practically. They would have to attack units that sit still. Now, I apologize for this whole mess right here. Was trying to my controller disconnected, and Xbox One's brilliant at keeping everyone in party chat when the controller disconnects. So I'm trying to figure all that out. But back to the gameplay, we've got the situation where they don't scout us, and I don't remember if these guys were good. If I don't remember what the situation was, I honestly don't remember. But the lack of scouting says a lot about them. Or maybe they, for instance, if you catch a brute rush, my suggestion would be to catch them in the middle of the map, and you know take them out with jackrabbits or I I would avoid marines, maybe flamethrowers that could work. But what would you guys do in this situation if you're catching brutes? Maybe you get that early scout, right, and you catch the brutes. What's your play? I'm curious to see down below. And also, you'll notice that he runs Shipmaster. Now, this combo that we're running, let me get to the Shipmaster point first. The Shipmaster has the double teleport, so you can teleport extremely far across the map, and you'll notice and he doesn't require vision, and that is exactly what Strats uses here. He's going to teleport straight onto Blue's base, and I try to watch his point of view as much as I can because this gameplay is not about what my perspective was. It's more about what he does here. At this point, the game's over, or at least this guy's base is dead. Once he gets to your front door, it's too late. If you're not, look at all these jackrabbits he has. Why wasn't he pushing up? I mean, it's not a lot of jackrabbits, but why wasn't he pushing up with those jackrabbits? Why couldn't he have caught some of those brutes off guard? These are questions that have to be asked when you get cheesed like this. How can you prevent it? Again, I suggest taking them out in the middle of the map. Now, the combo that we're running was Atriox and Shipmaster. I was trying to quickly get my cap card up and running, so we had some gameplays to record. And my screen went black, and I hit A, and then I came out as Atriox. So this is not like a combo that I recommend, but we were making it work. I'm pretty much the late game push. I'm going for Banshees right away, and he's just gonna go cheese them. Like I don't know how better to say this. Is this a broken mechanic? Do you guys think? Is this fair? I don't see an issue with it, honestly. Of course, it is like it's extremely deadly, but it's preventable, and I think that's what makes it not overpowered. Now, if you notice right here, blue has committed all his units over here. What does that tell us? He's probably already got a secondary. Otherwise, he would probably be defending his secondary right now with some of his Jackrabbits or Marines. So my Banshees will come and sweep that up. Again, that base is rinsed. And the gameplay kind of comes to an end right here. By the time five and a half minutes comes out, yeah, they have no base. I've got Banshees rolling up. Now, Strauss was being very, very cautious in this gameplay. He took the role in this one, and he took the lead role in this one, and I said, "Where do you want me to push with my Banshees?" And he was like, "No, no, no, you can't push. We don't want them to get any. We don't want them to know what we're doing." And I pointed out to him that they have no bases. What do you mean they can't really counter us at this point if they have no bases? And you're like, yeah, I guess that's true. So then I start moving around the map with the Banshees, and we start picking everything off, or all the little mini bases around the map off. And I mean, that pretty much does it. Is there any more cheese strategies that you guys know? And do you guys want to see a build order of this cheese strategy? And just as a precaution, this really only works once against good players. You can catch them off guard maybe once, and I promise you won't catch them off guard the second time. They will. And look, here's the other thing. It's easily counterable, and once you counter it, you can really damage someone else's base. If you're producing that many brutes and that much supply early on in the game and your attack fails and they catch you on your side of the map, I mean the game can be flipped very quickly. So if you do try Brute Rush, and let me know if you want to see a build order for Brute Rush. And I think I might wait until after the patch to make sure everything's still viable. But if you get caught off guard, the tables can be turned and you can lose the game as quickly as we just won this game. So I do throw caution to that. Any more cheese strategies that you guys know of? I mean, we've got the Locust Rush, we've got the Brute Rush. I can't think of anything else. Well, I guess the Flamethrower Turret Rush, but that's going to be non-viable once the new patch drops the colony, because they push turrets back and they put Heat of Battle in the front, which someone's got to explain to me why Heat of Battle is now in the place of turret. Well, once the patch comes out, based on the patch notes that we already discussed several times. Yeah, I'm terribly confused on why that's the case. I think that's a bad call. Not that turrets should be that close to your leader abilities, and I'll go more in depth with this once the new update is out. But I'm a little nervous that Heat of Battle in the place of the turret is going to cause a new sort of meta. We'll see, especially with look at these look at the flamethrower. Like if you rush with flamethrowers and marines, think about how the heat of battle just adds up very quickly for you. Yeah, I'm just a little nervous with that. Maybe I was kind of hoping for something else to be in that place. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I've been rambling on about nonsense here. If you guys enjoyed the gameplay, let me know down below. If you guys want to see, we've got Colony coming up on Monday. And what do you guys want to see coming out this week? This is pretty much going to be a colony week. There's going to be 4 or 5 gameplays in a row. We're pretty much going to... Alright, I'll try to break it down as best I can. Monday, we're just going to put out an in-depth look at colony. We're going to look at all the units, how to build them, what's effective, what's not effective. It's kind of what we're going to put out on Monday. Tuesday, we're going to go into a more strategic style of gameplay, looking at what are colony strengths, what are its weaknesses, is it a viable leader going forward in the meta. Wednesday, we're going to kind of keep pushing that notion. We're just going to keep building on the meta. Monday, we're going to open up with everything colony, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to really dive into what makes colony. So I hope you guys do enjoy that. If you have any suggestions down below, we are going to be putting out a bunch of... We're going to look into Isabel. We're going to look into Forge, Cutter. We're going to reassess all of these leaders, especially Atriox and Decimus. We're going to evaluate everything. But anything in particular that you guys want to see? First, second, third, whatever. Because we produce all this content for you guys. So whatever you guys suggest, we shall do. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and we'll see you guys on Monday with Colony.